2 years ago, May 17th, 2020, the nation of TK elected the Arnett Eklof administration. And in our administration, with my vice president, Miss Eklof, we have seen the nation grow from 2 cities to 10 cities. And the nation has been through a lot. But today marks 2 years since we were elected. The nation has been in some very, very bad places during our administration. And I could speak on all the troubles that we have had, but I will not. Though I do know we have made many errors, I have made many mistakes, and many great errors. Errors in judgment, errors in a lot of places as president. My predecessor, Mr. Fulton, was a great leader. He led the country through 2 horrible Corby Wars. Those 2 Corby Wars led to peace. And by the grace and mercies of God, our administration at least started off peaceful. Until we went north and inherited the problems of the lollipop stick, which is now known as buckwheat. They were a peculiar people. And that is where our story changed. And then the rest is, as they say, history. But my predecessor ruled a smaller but more united nation. It was more united. It could be more connected because it was more small. But as we have grown in the last 2 years from 2 cities to 10, one of them being disconnected from the other 9, we have been through a lot. A lot of conflicts, a lot of fighting, a lot of riots, a lot of protests, a lot of troubles. And I could continue on all the mistakes that were made during the presidency. During the presidency of the President Arnett. And I could also speak of others, but the predecessor to my predecessor, she founded the office of president, how it is seen today. She was both a military leader and a leader of state. She was both. And she laid the groundwork for my predecessor and myself to rule the nation that we have now. So without her presidency, the nation of TK would have died. It would have never continued past the year 2019. It would have died. But, thankfully, the nation has survived. But it has been through many fights, and even as I speak, the nation is in a conflict with itself. Corby has insulted and have become unruly. And so, the other cities, even Claretown, the patient Claretown, who was so patient that a conflict with Corby took 2 years. to come to that. But the patience of Claretown has run out. And the other cities. And the city of Jessington's leader is sick with COVID. I ask that you all pray for her. And I pray that you would pray for the nation. Because the nation, though it will fall one day, it has been through many storms before. This is a moment of peace. We are not fully in a conflict at the moment. Our nation isn't on the brink of destruction. It isn't seeking to tear itself apart, at least not at the moment. But there are cracks that need to be looked over. And as I have been president for 2 years, it has been tiring, exhausting, and has weakened me physically and in other ways too. My predecessor ruled well. And his predecessor, she ruled well too. As well as she could, being unexperienced and all. Out of the two, me and my predecessor, and his predecessor, us two, me and my predecessor, we had the ability to run the nation. But we wouldn't have been able to run it if she, our third leader, hadn't formed the nation and office of president. And during her presidency, Claretown expanded way beyond her modern borders. Very beyond her modern borders. But in 2018 and 2019, her borders were chipped away until 2020, when the Corby Wars took place. After the Corbyites were finally at peace. And because they were at peace, they organized and then fought 2 wars under my predecessor. In those 2 conflicts, I was only a general, doing the duty that needed to be done. But when I became president, the nation has been it has become very troubled. Under my predecessor, he struggled through 2 wars. These 2 wars were very important. And our nation wouldn't be the nation it is now if it weren't for the First and Second Corby War. But, in closing, I know I have made many errors. And as today marks the start of our new presidential election and people begin to put themselves on the ballot to be elected as president, I don't know if I will be putting my name in the ballot, because I don't know if I am able to rule anymore. The nation must learn to not need me. It needs to learn how to be self-sufficient. And it needs to be strong. Because whoever is elected, it'll be in their hands, the future of the nation. Whether it be someone else or the people vote to re-elect the Arnett Eckloff administration. We shall just have to see. Anyway, God bless you all. God bless the nation of TK. And God bless the people in Ukraine and in Russia and in the United States. Churches are being attacked. We have been in many hard times. And we shall face many more times that are even harder than these. Anyway, God bless. Goodbye.